The following is a demonstration of the Colas air brake test. Our first test we're going to conduct is our cut in. For our cut in, we want to see when our governor starts sending air into our tanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to pump the brake, and we want to see when the needle starts moving. The needle does not move. Go ahead and pump the brake again. Okay, the needle started moving there at about 105 psi, which is working properly because it should cut in before 100 psi. Our next test is going to be our cut out. For a cut out, we're going to go ahead and give it a little gas so we could fill up our tanks, and that's when the governor cuts out and stops sending air into our tanks, indicating that they're full. Our governor cut out at about 125 psi, which is working properly because it should go no more than 140. Our following test is our apply test. For our apply test, we have to follow a few steps. First step is put our transmission in low gear. We're going to put it in first gear. We're going to turn off the truck, but we will turn on the ignition. And we will release our tractor and trailer brakes. Then we'll wait for our needles to settle. Once the needles are settled, we're gonna apply our brake, and we're gonna indicate when it's at the range that it stops. Right there, it's about 95 psi, and our minute starts now. So we're gonna go ahead and take 1 minute. Once our minute is up, we will indicate at where the needle stands. If it's still at 95, we're gonna say 95. So it did not move, so it's still at 95, which indicates that I lost 0 psi, which is good because I should lose no more than 4 psi. Our next test is our low air warning. For our lower warning, we're going to go ahead and pump our brakes, and we should have a red indicator or a buzzard come up. So we have our red indicator and our buzzard go off about 60-65 psi, which is good because it should come on between 55 and 75 psi. Our next test is our spring brakes or our pop-outs. For this, we're going to go ahead and pump our brakes so we can lose air pressure, and our trailer and parking brakes should pop up automatically. Keep pumping. Okay, we had our trailer supply pop off at about 45 psi. Now we have to get our parking to pop as well. Okay, and our parking popped out at about 25 psi, which is both good because they both should be in the range of 20 to 45 psi. That concludes our Colas air brake test.